Afternoon, everyone. Check my volume here. Oh, too loud. Welcome. Just getting everything connected here. There we go. So welcome. I'm Corinne. This is your weekly meditation for acceptance, or one of your weekly meditations on acceptance. And I wanted to share with you, I've got a big chunk of rainbow obsidian. Hi, thanks for joining. This is a piece of rainbow obsidian that I got when I was in one of my trips to Mexico. And I've just been I love it. It's beautiful. It's hand carved. It looks like a butterfly. Like, it's absolutely gorgeous. But I've been feeling really drawn to it lately. So I just had to go look and remind myself what rainbow obsidian is for. Of course, obsidian itself has a lot of powerful properties, but rainbow obsidian specifically, it helps to replenish your heart energy. It helps to pull like spikes, right? Like spikes that have been energetic spikes that maybe have been left behind in your heart. And when you wear it around your neck as like a necklace like this, it's not only replenishing your heart energy, but it's also helping to just cleanse the aura and the energy all around your heart and your whole body. So makes sense why I've been drawn to this today. So anyways, that's rainbow obsidian. If you ever come across it, now you know what it does or what it can be used for. So this is just some time for us to check in. And I know that I share this to hold space for anyone who drops into this meditation, whether it's now live or if you are joining later at a different time. Either way, I also am holding this space, and I share this meditation space for myself too. It's really helping to keep me accountable, to have this weekly time where I get to connect virtually with our community here and even outside of Boise, Idaho. Boise, of course, is where I am. And you're watching this through Source Meditation, probably. I'm a guide there at Source Meditation. So anyway, let's get into our heart today a little bit. So you can sit, you can lie down. If you have a stone that you're drawn to, whether you want to wear it around your neck or you're holding it in one of your hands, feel free to use that too, just to aid in your meditation. Grounding stones like I'm drawing a blank here, but just like dark, like obsidian, of course, is a really good one. It's a really grounding stone. Any of the variations. Smoky quartz is another really good grounding stone. There's one specifically that I'm thinking of that is really just poof out of my head. I use it all the time. It's black and it's shiny. Mind blank, y'all. Mind blank. So, anyways, let's get into it. You can close your eyes if you'd like to. You don't have to, but it helps. Feel free to take a few deep breaths. Something that's been really important in my own practices lately and in my teaching as well is really emphasizing the inhale through the nose. You can exhale through the nose or exhale out the mouth, but really emphasizing that when you breathe in, as much as you can, breathe in through the nose. The thing about breathing in through your nose is it helps to regulate the nervous system. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose or mouth. Few more breaths. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, nose or mouth. Keep breathing in through your nose, but allow it to just flow naturally for you. You don't have to think about it or focus on it. The breath is moving in the nose, maybe out the nose as well. And before we drop into this full guided meditation for replenishing our heart, I invite you to just check in with your surroundings, especially if your eyes are closed. What do you notice when you close your eyes? What's present? What kind of sounds or smells, feelings, sensations, textures, temperatures? Is it possible to let your shoulders relax just a little bit more? To let the expression melt out of your face? Inhaling through the nose. And I want you to check in, to ask yourself or inquire within what you feel as though you are fighting against, or what resistance you feel is present for you right now, wherever you are. What kind of resistance is present for you? Is it in thought, in the body somehow, physical form, emotional? What kind of a wall do you feel like you're up against and you're pushing against it? Like, no, no, I don't want to go that way. Don't want to go that way. I think of it like we grew up with mules. We had mules. And as the stereotype is, they were fairly stubborn. And they would very much tell you where they did and didn't want to go. And you really had to work hard to kind of learn to speak the language that they understood and work with them. But there was that pull always of like, no, there's good food over here. I want to go that way. Where do you feel that resistance within yourself? Or maybe where have you experienced it in the world around you? Resistance, pull, force. I'm going to hold space for just another minute or so here. And I just invite you to think about or feel into that question of, where have you witnessed or experienced resistance? Or where are you witnessing or experiencing resistance right now? What was your response to that resistance? What did it feel like? Did it feel like you were pulling or pushing against the feeling or the thought? Is there anger or frustration? Stress or anxiety around? the resistance that you feel or experience. When you experience or see or feel or observe places of resistance in your own experience, in your own being, whether it's a thought, an emotion, physical manifestation, whatever it is, what is your response to that feeling of resistance? Do you assign it a value? Is it good or bad? Is it something that you seek? Something you seek out? You want more of it? Probably not. I don't know many people who seek out to resist within their own experience, but you never know. Either way, resistance is present all the time. I feel it right now in my right hip that says, I don't really want to sit this way. I'm not going to relax. I'm not in pain, but I'd rather do something else. I'm resisting sitting cross legged today. It's okay. So, my question for you, and where I invite you to drop deeper in here, is what if instead of trying to change the resistance, what if you allowed it to be there? What if you welcomed it to be present? For example, in teaching yoga classes, we come into resting pose or shavasana at the end. And oftentimes, as teachers, will say something like, allow your body to get heavy, relax your body, sink into the floor, feel the weight of your bones. And sometimes there's resistance in that, in your body. Sometimes there's parts of your body that can't release in that moment. So the question is, rather than keep your attention focused on that resistance, trying to change it, trying to release it, trying to not resist, what if you welcomed the resistance as part of your experience? Not something that you have to identify with, but something that is just here, something that is just present. It's not good or bad, but it's here. The first step is tolerance. How do you become more tolerant to your own resistance? After tolerance, perhaps then you become accepting. How do you accept the resistance within your own experience? More than tolerate, accept. And maybe even beyond accept, you come to a point where you welcome the experience of resistance. And you witness it, you observe it. And you create a beautiful bubble around the resistance within your experience so that you can watch it and notice it. It will come, it will go, just like everything else. So, right now, we started this meditation, and I invited you to think about or inquire within yourself to where you feel or experience resistance. So, I invite you to come back now to that place. To observe where you are experiencing a form of resistance in your own experience. Imagine or visualize or feel that there is a string or a cord attached to your heart. There's many, but see one for now. And this string is attached on one end to your heart, and the other end is attached to this place of resistance. It's pulling on your heart like a weight. Causing strain on your heart. The first step in exploring resistance is tolerance. You've been tolerating this pull, possibly for a long time. Beyond tolerance is acceptance. So, with your mind's eye or your imagination, visualize an iridescent bubble forming around that piece of resistance that's pulling on your heartstring. This bubble is your acceptance of the resistance. And it's holding this piece of resistant energy that you are experiencing. It's holding it in place. So you no longer are feeling that same weight or that same pull. You no longer have to tolerate that pull on your heart. Feel that relief when you accept that resistance is a part of being alive. I don't know about you, but I have more than one piece of resistance, it feels like. So I'll hold space for the next few moments or few minutes for you to explore other places, other pieces of resistance within your experience, mental, emotional, physical, whatever it is. And if you can, start to create those iridescent bubbles of acceptance around each of these pieces. Each time you create a new bubble, feel that lightening in your heart. Feel that weight being lifted. How does your heart feel now that it's not holding on to so many weights? And did you feel with any of those pieces of resistance that you were able to place that bubble of acceptance around? Did you feel as though perhaps there were parts or pieces of that resistance that wanted to float away, that no longer needed to be connected to your heart? The third step in this practice of resistance is welcoming. And to welcome these resistant pieces that we've just bubbled, you sever the cord between your heart, and the bubble. You cut that string. And the resistance piece doesn't go away. For me, the visualization is an anvil, like a large anvil from like a cartoon. And that's my resistance. And it's in a bubble. And if I cut the string, it sort of floats in and out of my experience. Some days it shows up and there's the resistance, and other times it isn't anywhere to be found. It's floating somewhere else. It comes and it goes, just like our thoughts, just like our emotions. So if you feel empowered to cut any of those strings here and now, go ahead and do so. And if you don't, it's okay, because you've already offered acceptance. You're no longer fighting against your resistance, feeling it pull you down, just tolerating the resistance. You've accepted it. If you had any images or colors or shapes, messages or information that showed up for you in this meditation today, I invite you to take a few minutes afterwards and just journal, write down in your phone or record even just a couple of minutes of your experience, just to remember how empowered you feel when you stop identifying resistance as something bad or negative or something to fight against or something to fix. You start accepting it and welcoming it as part of your experience without needing to change it, without needing to fix it. This ends our meditation at this time. Take a moment or two to bring your attention back to your body. Maybe make a few gentle movements. Maybe you blink open your eyes. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.